Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Phatkat Collections. Today featuring another watch by Kuerst, or Kuerst, I'm not sure exactly how you say that. It's K-U-E-R-S-T. And they were nice enough to send me two of their watches. They did want me to review this watch, which the video is up if you're watching this particular video, at least I think it is. If not, check it out. This is one of their, what I call, kind of a Lupa homage. Now, I don't know if Invicta was the first ones to come out with the Lupa design, but this is definitely what I would consider a Lupa design. If they weren't, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. So the one I'm featuring today is the one I originally chose. And so sometimes when companies reach out to want, especially when it comes to a watch, they want to collaborate, I generally like to pick the watch. Now, I will always feature a brand regardless, but it's always nice to kind of share something that kind of speaks to me a little more. And the Lupa is not a watch that I own by Invicta. I did buy one years ago and ended up returning it just because I didn't really, just wasn't doing much for me. So am I glad that I have a Lupa style in my collection now? Cool, but I wouldn't want to have spent my own money on it. There's too many other ones I'd rather have, right? But this one, when they reached out, I said, hey, I'm willing to review this watch. And this is one of their, what I'm going to call like a Richard Mille style barrel-shaped case watch. Again, lots of companies make barrel or tonneau style cases just because this is not a copy of a Richard Mille. This is just a watch that's got that shape. So a lot of times, because Richard Mille is so well known for that style, everybody always compares this to a Richard Mille and says, oh, it's a copy of Richard Mille. Not really the case. It is kind of doing its own thing. Although I'm sure you'll let me know if Richard Mille makes one exactly like this that they've kind of copied. But nevertheless, this is a Kuerst watch, and I do like these silicone strap style watches with that barrel shape. I think they're really noticeable, really flashy, and very unique. It really takes you away from the standard Submariner style round watch. Although I love those too, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy all watches, all shapes, sizes, and colors. But what really drew me to this one is, of course, the fake stones on it. Now, these are probably just glass stones. I don't even think they're cubic zirconia, and they might be crystals. I'm just not really sure. They are very small, so what I like about watches like this that have that iced out look is when you have smaller stones, it looks more realistic. Nobody's going to believe you're wearing a watch that's Kuerst for $99 or $97, whatever this is going for today, with, 3-carat stones in it, right? So these are like a little more believable. It is an automatic watch. It does have a silicone strap, to the best of my knowledge, an exhibition window on the back. It is an automatic movement as well. We have the Kuerst logo, or the K, I think it's just a KFR, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's kind of an odd logo. On the back, it says stainless steel back, unique design, the model number, and timepiece automate. So interesting, that's for, basically they're using it, having English on there, but they have automate. I think they meant automatic, but again, I'm not familiar. Maybe automate is how you say automatic in another, culture or language. I'm just not really sure. But it was a pretty nice watch. So price on it, $97 as of today. I will put the link in the description. I think that's through Temu. I'll see if you can find it on Amazon. Kuerst is on Amazon, but I don't think they had this one with the iced out bezel, which I really think is the best. It is available in a couple different executions on the face. I went like with this kind of skeletonized X'd out pattern. And of course, because it has the stones, I really like the way this looks. It looks very similar to like a Nubeo Magellan, but it does not have the quality of Nubeo Magellan. I think the reason for that, even when we compare it to their other watch, this one here, this feels a lot more robust. It feels heavier. It is a larger watch, but I think that the Lupa style watch is actually stainless steel, and this is just an alloy that's been, I don't know if it's, I don't even think it's been plated. This is probably like some sort of, maybe it's like a, I don't know if it's paint or if it's like, I'm just not really sure what it is. Now, cool looking watch, definitely dig it, but downside to this is kind of the price point. When you're spending $97 on a watch, at bare minimum, you want the specifications. Hey, it's great that it has an automatic movement. It's great that that's a stainless steel back. It's great that they have, what appears to be a silicone strap. It's automatic, but there's no specifications on their site. And when you're paying $97, almost $100 for a watch, I think at the bare minimum, we'd like to know what kind of movement's in the watch, what kind of crystal, and what is it, technically made out of, what kind of plating's going on, because there's too many other companies making watches in that $100 price point that's going to give you a sapphire crystal in some cases, a 3/16 stainless steel case. They're going to mention whether these are cubic zirconians or crystals or Swarovski stones. They're going to mention, is the buckle stainless. They're going to mention the movement type. And so I think when you have a watch like this, as nice as it is, as much as I've enjoyed wearing this last couple days, for $100, I just expect a little more. I want to know what kind of crystal it has for $100. When you don't have this information, really, realistically, the most you should be charged for a watch with a no-name brand automatic movement, no information on crystal, no information about the watch whatsoever, is $50 to $60. So, in my opinion, I'm going to put this at a $50 or $60 watch. Now, that's not to say other folks don't do it. When you compare this watch to, say, a Pin Time, for instance, that fully iced out Amazon special I've reviewed, $19, $15, this is absolutely much nicer. So it is not a $15 watch. When you pick this up, the one thing you'll notice about it is it's pretty lightweight. And when you compare that to watches of comparable size, comparable usually quality, they have a little bit more of a robust feel to them. And I believe that's because they're using 3/16 stainless steel. This almost feels like a titanium watch. If it was titanium, I wouldn't have any gripes about that, but it is not. And so in this case, they really should have provided all that information. And I think realistically, the price on this should be about $50 to $65. Now, they may go on sale. I haven't tracked, Kuerst at all really, but I can just tell you what the watch is going for today. And for the price point, you could pick up an Invicta watch, less than that, but it won't have the stones. And I think the stones are done in such a nice way on this that, although you're not getting all that information you want, it is a nice application of stones. And to me, if I was in the market for a iced out, Tanu style case watch, Richard Mille style, and I didn't have a whole bunch of Nubeos and I wanted to add something like this to my collection, I would give this a look. It's not a bad watch. It just doesn't have that level of quality that I really look for, which is unfortunate because this one almost does, other than the fact other than calling this a chronograph, which it's not having the automatic movement, it just has a little bit more of a robust feel to it, whereas this one definitely feels, lighter weight. But still, I mean, I'm not knocking the watch. I just think that companies really need to, it's a very competitive market for watches, non-screw down crown, very competitive market, and there are tons of watches out there that are amazing quality for $100. I think what's going to set this apart is that there's not a lot of nice quality watches that are iced out. Generally, when you're finding watches that are iced out, a lot of times you're getting really pretty cheap watches, like my Temu specials I've reviewed, stuff like that, which doesn't make them bad watches. I still wear them, but my expectation at $15 to $35 is different than what it is for a $100 watch. But again, it's a pretty cool piece, and I'm really fortunate they sent it to me. I hope we can collaborate again in the future, and I hope that when I mention these things that, a company like this might say, hey, you know what, he brings up a valid point there. We're charging $100 for this watch. We really need to put what kind of movement is in the watch. We need to put specifically what kind of metal, what kind of alloy are they using to make the case? What kind of plating is on the watch? Unless you want to drop the watch price to $50, $60, and then you're eliminating a lot of people, because a lot of people won't buy a watch that's $50, $60 because they think, oh, this is going to be a total piece of shit watch. But this really is not. It looks good. I like the logo just done in cursive. Again, it's a very basic automatic movement, but a watch like this would be really off the charts in my opinion if it came in at a $200 price point, 3/16 stainless steel, NH35 or Miyota movement. Put a K1 Kristerna crystal, or even sapphire, even better. And then the rest, just you don't even have to do a screw down crown, but just having those extra better quality materials, I think would really take this watch to the next level, and they could warrant charging more for it. But still, it's a cool watch. I'm really glad I got it in my collection. I'm glad we were able to come to an agreement where I got two watches, and I really hope that we can collaborate again in the future. There's some other watches that they have that definitely kind of I'm interested in, and we'll just see what the future holds. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will put the links in the description. Do subscribe to the channel, and if you guys have any questions whatsoever in any way, let me know. I'll do my best to help you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.